So let's actually talk about masks, because the U.S. Justice Department has just asked a federal appeals court to overturn an earlier ruling in April that stopped the mask mandates, the government mask mandates on planes and buses. Do you think that those mask mandates should be enforced? Are you hoping that that is something that the government will again be able to do?
Well, and the importance of this appeal of that decision is that it allows the CDC to preserve that power. If there is another big surge, that they have the public health powers to implement, whether it's masking or other such controls. I don't think you're going to see those kinds of mandates reinstated over the summer or anytime soon. But it is important that we have that tool at our disposal, not just for COVID, but for future pandemics.
Okay, so thank you, by the way. We often say thank you to the people who are such useful idiots that they prove our points for us. You just showed us exactly your hand here. It's about power. That's all it's only ever been about. Power. They want to preserve the power to tell you what to do with your face, to tell you what to do with your mouth, to tell you to pull your mask up in between bites of peanuts. Did you have that happen on an airplane where some ninny from some blue state stewardess comes up and is like, pulling your mask up over your nose? Did you get that? That happened to me all the time. I was almost thrown off like 4 or 5 flights because of my mask compliance issues, let's just say. Lucky for me, I fly a lot. I think I was able to skate by. Some stewardesses just didn't care. You could tell the ones who didn't care. They're from Texas or they're from Tennessee. And they would let you fly with your mask off the whole trip. They wouldn't care at all. The people who hated it the most were the stewardesses. You remember the videos we would show you of the stewardesses and the people on the planes dancing and singing and clapping? Maybe my team can pull a couple of those up and we'll play them in this live. They were clapping and dancing and singing and crying because they were able to take their mask off. We got a ton of DMs and people reaching out to us saying, hey, this was hell on earth for us. We didn't sign up for this as a stewardess or as somebody who's working in the airline industry to be mask Nazis. No. Joe Biden wants to strap that mask back on your face. Put that suppository up your butt and say, no, you are the submissive to daddy government. That's what Joe Biden wants to do. It's creepy. It's disgusting. We've said it on this show so many different times. You live how you want to live. You do what you want to do. You want to put your kid in a bubble? You want to have a little bubble boy be your kid? Fine. We don't care. Man, we literally say, you do you, baby. What we're saying is you can't force us to do us. You can't force us to do what you want us to do. Your freakish neuroses and your paranoia and your personal agitations with life and your unsettled issues that you may have spiritually or personally or dianetically, that's not my problem, man. So you can't force me to make you happy. That's the problem. You have no control over my speech. You have no control over how I live. You can do you and just don't affect me. And I think probably 100% of our audience right now watching thinks the exact same way. Joe Biden sued in order to get this mask mandate reinstituted. His lawsuit is right here. Phil Creppen has the lawsuit on a Google Drive. There you go. On the screen there. Says the defendants are Joseph Robinette Biden, President of the United States. Goodness gracious. And they're suing for the restoration of the mask mandate. And they're saying their grounds here are that it's common. Here, look at this. You wouldn't believe this. Okay, so here's their grounds for the suit. It's too small on screen to read, but I'll read it for you. Get a load of this. Transportation mask order is within the CDC's statutory authority because of something called Section 361 expressly authorizes sanitation measures, and masks are conventional sanitation measures. I'm sorry, can somebody explain this to me? Have you ever lived in America where masks are commonplace? They're saying right here that it's conventional sanitation measures. So like after a potluck or a cookout, does your grandmother say, everyone put on your masks, it's time to clean up? this is a conventional sanitation measure. No, of course not. These people can go to hell. Goodness gracious. Here's the headline from Fox News. DOJ asks court to reverse lifting requirement for COVID masks on transportation. They want the power. That's it. They want the power.